Hey everyone, Paul here from BL Physio, and today what we're going to do is talk about the 4 best strategies for freeing up tight muscles. And it's a really cool thing because if you can start to steer and guide and free your own muscles up, then you can have your quality of life long term. So before we get into it, we should, almost from a kind of health practitioner, from a physio perspective, think about what actually causes that tight muscles all over the body. And I guess in our heads, we're thinking of no matter what you do, whether it was your race or your training or you're sitting in front of a computer for long periods, there's 2 things that come up again and again and again. It's what we tackle all day in the clinic. So the 2 things that are causing that tension are very commonly trigger points, the myofascial trigger points, the knots, the little tight spots in your shoulders, but they're everywhere. They're all through your body. There's a map of them. So you want to be aware of that map, that system. The other thing that causes tension is the fascia, which is the glad wrap, the white fibrous tissue. It's like literally like a Superman suit. So it enables us to be long, straight, but over time wants to shrink wrap you and turn you into a little old person and cause injuries. So that's kind of what we're linking into always with the body in the clinic, but you're being affected by it at every day, every minute of every day. So you want to understand that's kind of your enemy. I guess that's the game that you're playing to try and free that stuff up. So how do you loosen tight muscles in your legs, in your neck, like anywhere in your body basically? And the thing is that you want to keep it simple. So what we as practitioners accidentally do is we make it super complex, and we do that by giving it fancy names. So all the ways that we can help, like McKenzie techniques and Feldenkrais techniques, the list just goes on and on and on. We like to break it down into just simple terms, because if we can name you these 4 strategies, then you can start to link into them and you can be empowered over your life. So here they are, 4 ways: squeeze, stretch, trigger, and move. I'll quickly go through each of them. So the first is squeeze, and that's basically that if you contract a muscle, you squeeze it, then you will get a better relaxation. So again, as practitioners, we call that post-isometric relaxation, PNF strategies, contract, relax type of stuff. We don't care what we call it, as long as you can link in and do it yourself. So you can use that for your whole body. Hold a muscle for 5 to 8 seconds and then relax, you'll get a better relaxation. So we're really also finding out that isometric contraction is super useful for tendons as well, but that's another video. So squeeze is your first rule, stretch is your second rule, and it's super simple. Remember, we're tackling muscles with our stretches. We're also tackling the fascia, the glad wrap around it. So we love to get you to stretch for a little bit longer. So 20 to 30 seconds when we're starting to have an effect on that glad wrap around the tissue. So remember, when we're trying to free up an athlete, when we're trying to loosen tight muscles in a lower back, whatever, we want to be super systematic. So we're thinking of it as a system. The muscles leading into a tight area, the muscles actually in the area, the muscles leading out of that area as well. So you want to get systematic, and we go 20 to 30 seconds. We will actually go longer than that, almost like a full program of stretching to really get optimum results. So stretching is super cool. So squeeze, stretch, trigger, move. Trigger is your 3rd strategy for freeing up tight muscles. And basically what you're doing is you're applying pressure to a myofascial trigger point, little knot in the muscle. And what you'll do is when you feel that little trigger point, that knot, that tight spot, it can feel a little bit sensitive, and then as you sit on that spot, it will very commonly back off. So it's a really good problem-solving tool, and you can really back things off. I trigger point my hands all the time because I need to be able to push on bodies all day. So remember, you're applying pressure to a tight knot. It is the most complex, or I guess the most detailed of the self-management type of skills. So you just got to be smart with it. So simple safety rules. Don't push on circulation, so don't push on carotid arteries. You wouldn't do that anyway. Remember, circulation is close at your creases. So wrist, the elbows, armpits, groin, back of the knee, ankles, all those types of areas. So leave them alone. And the other thing is, if anything's ever puffy, swollen, warm, red, inflamed, you're not touching it, okay? You're going straight to the doctor and you're going to get that checked. So just be smart. The other thing is make sure you feel good while you're doing it and good afterwards. If that's the case, it is a big tick. If it's not, you stop and you talk to your healthcare professionals, okay? So trigger, super, super useful. And then your fourth way to free up tight muscles is move. And we all know that naturally, in that we get moving, we get going, and things kind of free up for us. What you can do is you can use movement at a much higher level. There's a whole bunch of treatment techniques called Feldenkrais techniques, which is basically using movement to lengthen and optimize the body. So we use movement for athletes. We would always get an athlete to do a full body movement pattern before a race. It's a way of making sure they're long, straight, symmetrical, and ready to go. The other way you can use movement is to actually back off tension or tightness, particularly in an acute phase. So if you get a bump in a car and think, oh gee, you can use a movement to lengthen, and make sure you're the one that sails on through without any issues. So your free muscles, you back them off by squeeze, stretch, trigger, and move. Therein lies your toolkit, or the basis of a toolkit that you can use to steer and guide yourself now and into the future. If you need help with pain or freeing up tight muscles in your body, if you're local or if you're anywhere in the world, then contact us by the link below, and we can start to look at programs to number one, free up, but number two, empower you so that you can steer and guide your body throughout life. If you happen to be a practitioner and you really want to take your myofascial release skills to the next level, then again, contact us below. I am Paul from BL Physio. I will catch you real soon.